Hi everyone! So let's do my makeup while I talk everything about my Ting Hun. I'm using makeup by Marriott. It's actually a tinted lip balm. Where do we start? So after the proposal, we had our parents check the date for our wedding and Ting Hun. And once we got the date, we started looking for venue and suppliers. Most of them, actually I did them myself because Patrick is a pretty busy guy and he lets me do everything most of the time. And during all this Ting Hun to wedding preparation, so I was the one who was going to venues, looking for the place. And I went to quite a lot of places. The first thing that we went to is actually Shangri-La. We wanted to do everything in Shangri-La. Do it in BGC specifically, like our Ting Hun and our wedding. So it's just in one package and maybe we'll get it cheaper. But then, no luck in any Shangri-La. The only Shangri-La that was available was the one in EDSA, which was still renovating at the time, and then we had to wait for it and we don't know what it looks like. So anyways, we didn't go for Shangri-La. When I went to Marriott, I perfectly remember how nice they were. Like, their customer service is so good that when they told me that the date is available, I just said, let's do the down payment right away. Because they were so nice to me. Out of all the hotels that I went to mostly Shang's. Conrad wasn't available. We called other hotels. If it's not available, I didn't go. But if it's available, I had to check the ballroom. They were so nice. Like, the ballroom was already closed, but they had it open just for me to see what it looks like or what the size is. Because I'm so bad at math, I can't even imagine how many a square meter is. I immediately got the place. We were actually happy to be working with Marriott. And then, while working with Marriott, they were so nice to accommodating in everything that we want. Also, we haggle in prices. So we were able to work with a really great price. Other than that, we requested for plated since I'm really not a fan of the Lady Susan style while eating. I feel like there's just more elegance to serving a plated meal. We were so fortunate that they were able to say yes. We had 300 guests during that time. So after getting the venue, I was also inquiring with the event stylist, but I only had two in my mind. So first, it was Kim Cruz, because while I was doing my research, her style just speak the most to me, and she did one of the Ting Huns that became my inspiration. So I thought that she will be able to execute what I want to happen. On reaching out to her, it was so expensive to fly her to Manila to do everything. You have to pay for all the accommodations and the styling. The styling is a bit high actually. She's actually expensive. Then the accommodation would at least cost $500,000 already. So it's really quite expensive. Although Patrick wasn't hesitating for me to get her. Like, he was actually encouraging, it's fine. But I just really didn't want all that stress and all that money gone just for event styling. So my other option was only Gideon. We all know Gideon. I mean, he's top of the line. He's the best. And his price works better than Kim. And also, we were able to work with good price with our wedding too. So it was nice that Gideon will be able to do both of our weddings and Ting Hun. After Gideon said he was available, I think we did the down payment and then started with the meeting. So we did it in Shang BGC. I think that's our very first meeting. And he was the most humble person ever. He's so humble. Like, me and Patrick was just amazed the whole time. Like, you wouldn't expect somebody who's so successful will be that down to earth. I was just so happy that I was working with him. He's very, very creative. Before going to that meeting, I actually did my research of what I want. My inspiration for my Ting Hun came from Pinterest and also existing Ting Hun accounts. Like, there's a lot in Thailand or I think Singapore. So I viewed all of those on Instagram until I got what I wanted, and then I saw this tablescape in Pinterest and I really like the colors in the tablescape. And so while thinking of what would be a great theme with that colors, I opted for a Crazy Asian theme. Since everyone knows how extra I am, the Crazy Asian theme just suits the most. And then I also really like lanterns. Upon my research, I keep looking at lanterns and I was just drawn to them. So I really wanted to add that detail. And of course, I had to have fresh flowers only. In Ting Hun, it's white and black and purple flowers are strictly not allowed. So it was really perfect that I was working with Gideon. Like, he's really great at arranging flowers. So that was just really perfect. And then of course, the signature design of Crazy Rich Asian is the aisle where they had water. Initially, my husband wanted to do with water, but of course, like, how can we do with water? It's just too stressful and my heels will probably get broken. So we didn't opt that water thing, so we just did the gold aisle. So what did I miss? Okay, so this is so hard. Like, you're doing your makeup while you're talking, or I'm just really not used to this kind of a setup. Anyways, this is the foundation. I also did the cocktail area to like buy people's time because Gideon needs a lot of time. Marriott was only able to give us a few hours before the start of the event. Our event was around 11, I believe, and then Marriott only gave 2 a.m. I think for Gideon to start decorating. So the time was just really short. In short, most of the stylists want a day before the event. They want a whole day before the event if they're styling a venue, especially if it's huge. We had to buy people's time, so we were suggested to put a cocktail area. So we did. We served dim sums, coffee, teas, and also popcorn, since I love popcorn. And then we also hired the photo booth, Glambot 360. So people would have something to do while waiting to get in the venue. It would be so hard to do this Ting Hun all alone. We had to get the coordinator. So the coordinator we got is Ting Hun. I think she's actually one of the most famous here in the Philippines. In working with her is fine. But if you're like me and you're the first in your family and your family doesn't know about this Ting Hun traditions or the modern way of celebrating it, the list that they gave is actually not complete. Like, you have to ask around, or maybe they didn't put as complete because many people have different traditions of how they do things. But it would be just helpful to put everything in the list either way, and it's up to the client if they want to follow that or not. And overall, I think we had around 4 to 5 meetings before the Ting Hun day, and a lot of Zoom meetings, and personal maybe 3 out of the 5. They actually reply pretty fast, which is great. I just had a miscommunication with them because prior to our Ting Hun, we were in Batanes and we had our wedding prenup shoot, and we don't have signal there. So we were just making sure everything is ready once we come back, since it's just a day before our Ting Hun when we came back from our prenup shoot. They actually forgot to print our custom envelopes, and that just made me so stressed. They have been in this industry, so they should have known, or they should have been ready. But prior to that, I think a week before, they forgot to print the envelopes. So I just panicked and got mad and posted about them. And I don't know, social media is so powerful. Like, you never know. Like, it's just so unprofessional for me. That's why I did that. Everything else is great, especially during that day, because they handled everything well. So it's not that I'm not recommending them, it's that it plays a part if you are also hands-on and you have your own checklist and you keep track of what your suppliers are doing too. So everything goes well on that day. Then during Ting Hun, there's a lot of jewelry involved. So usually the girl buys for the guy, then the guy buys for the girl. During our Hong Kong prenup shoot, we also bought our jewelries there since it's cheaper, and in Manila it's just expensive. Then some of it, my parents took care of it, which was also ordered in Hong Kong. So everything was just ordered in Hong Kong for the jewelry part. Speaking of the prenup shoot, we did our Ting Hun prenup shoot in Hong Kong since we were already gonna be there, so might as well. We spent a day shooting it. I got the photographer CM Leung. I actually just searched photographers there because I don't wanna fly local photographers to go there because it's so expensive. You have to pay for their plane, accommodation. But if you just search for a photographer in that country, it's actually cheaper. Makeup artist, I also did the same. I searched and I got Tiff Chick Makeup, which I swear until now, she's one of the best who did my makeup. Her makeup lasted the whole day. If you wanna see, you can watch my Hong Kong vlog. You can see the makeup there. During my Ting Hun, I got Rick M. Calderon because my friends were suggesting to get a great makeup artist because, you know, you're gonna be photographed during that day and everyone will look at you. Upon research, I picked the ones that had the most natural makeup because Patrick really doesn't like a full glam look or like makeup that changes how you really look like. So I think I gave around 3 makeup artists and Patrick chose Rick M. Calderon. Honestly, I'm just not picky with any makeup artist, so I just opted for Rick Calderon. But he's the most humble person too. Like during this Ting Hun plan, I was surrounded with the most nicest people. Like they are so talented and so humble, so inspiring. So his team did my hair and my makeup. I didn't really have the pegs. I just told him that I wanted to look fresh and just like me, and he did his magic. What I would suggest though is a makeup artist could stay during the whole event because he only did my makeup and then he had to leave. He had another project. So at the latter part of my Ting Hun, I was really oily and nobody was there to like remind how oily my face was. But thank God for the coordinator because they brought oil blotting sheets and then we just blot our face but we didn't had retouch. So it's something that you should consider. Then our invitation was designed by me. I actually hand draw everything on a paper and that's what I sent to the designer. We hired ink scribbler to do the invitation. Initially, we just opted for virtual since it's just Ting Hun. Mostly it's just close friends and everyone else. So I didn't think that actual invitation would be needed. But my mom wanted an actual invitation, so we also had them printed. I just forgot where. I'll just insert them here if I'll be able to find them. But my husband just looked for a supplier on Facebook and then that's what we did. As for the cake, we opted for Pancake Ching because upon research, his craft is the best. We wanted to incorporate dragon and phoenix in most of the things. But upon meeting with Gideon, the whole cake changed because at first it was supposed to be the usual dragon and phoenix until Gideon suggested for it to be a lantern cake and then we made it to a lantern together with the dragon and the phoenix. The cake didn't come out on how I pictured it out, but it's fine. I believe everything happens for a reason, so I'm also happy with the cake. Plus it lights up, but we weren't able to showcase it during our Ting Hun. But I'll insert a video here because it was so nice. We tried the cake after the Ting Hun already because it was so busy during the Ting Hun. I highly suggest to cut the cake while you're in the event so you can give away some cakes to your guests because we weren't able to finish the cake anyways. Both our families are not fan of sweet.
Hindi, I mean like, so hindi pa na-check yung card niyo, like yung pinabukas.
Yummy! Oh my gosh! But if you don't like cinnamon, some banana bread.
Okay.
For the host, we got Jerome Go. Many of my husband's family gets Jerome Go, so we just opted for him too. Anyways, I also like his hosting. He is very nice. I think everyone's just so nice. I've been saying nice so many times, but he's been so cooperative, have full hands-on. You won't get stressed when you hire him. For the giveaways, we all know that giveaways are part of Ting Hun's. We ordered the fruits a day before. For the bag, we opted for a custom one under New Victory. They're in Binondo. They had them custom in China with their names because the other bags are so sloppy, or it's just an eco bag. We just didn't think it's formal or it suits the theme that we have. So, and then most of the giveaway items, we bought them from SNR because sometimes they have sale and it's cheaper that way. It's not that we're trying to get the cheapest, but it just works the best. For photographers, I initially wanted Ollie for everything actually. For Ting Hun for wedding, but then he's not available. So I just made sure that Ollie was the one who was gonna shoot us for our prenup wedding. So yeah, during our Ting Hun, we got errand photos, which is also by Metro Photo. I love by Metro Photo's service because they are so fast. Even the raw pictures, it's not like... I'm gonna speak about this more on my wedding planning, but my Metro Photo is just so professional in so many ways. Like, I'm very happy with my Metro Photo service. For videographer, I already had lists of videographers. And Patrick was the one who chose Forever Mine Wedding for our Ting Hun because we love the peg that's kind of magazine or intense, or I don't know how you explain it, but it's not the romantic type of videos. And Forever Mine videos actually are mostly just the peg that we want, so that's why we chose them. I think that's everything, and aside from everything that I've discussed, I'm just so hands-on on everything. That's why I think I was also stressed during the preparation of Ting Hun. I also did the guest list because we had plated and I wanted specific guests to sit where I want them to. So yeah, we did the guest list thoroughly with numbers and names, and then I gave them a day before to the coordinator. What else did I miss? For my robe, I actually did my robe since I'm a designer. I had my team do it. And then I opted for a red one because during Ting Hun, you're supposed to wear red inside your body. So even the undies, the bras, everything has to be red. Oh, I didn't have slippers on the day of my robe shoot, which I forgot. Please remember because it looks bad in the photo. It's better if you had slippers. I do custom slippers if you're looking for somebody to do custom slippers together with your robe. But yeah, please do remember that. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye!